Alright, so now I've got a 5-pound chicken that I've already taken out of the refrigerator for about 45 minutes to kind of come, not be so cold when it goes on the pit. We're doing a whole chicken today, which I've never done the whole chicken on the pit barrel where I've hung it. We usually spatchcock it and put it on the grate. So this is a test for me, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll come out fantastic. So I'm going to stuff the cavity with a lot of beautiful herbs, fresh herbs and onion and garlic and things like that. So now what I'm going to do is I've already stuck my hooks in it because we're going to hang it. And I have pulled the skin back off the breast, and we are going to season it. I'm going to use olive oil as a binder, so make sure my seasoning sticks. Now the rule of thumb is to have one hand free and one hand that does all of your rubbing, so at least you have a clean hand. Alright, so we're going to get all of this coated with our olive oil. Today I am using a Penzi spice, Galena Street, which is not a barbecue spice. It's more subtle. I like the flavors that's in this spice a lot for chicken because it has a little bit of salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, cayenne. It's really, and paprika, of course, for color. It's really a nice spice. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can check it out. So I'm just going to season as best I could. Just get it all covered. And I'm going to come back with a all-purpose rub on top of the skin, which is salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and a little bit more paprika in here. Okay. Flip it over and do the other side. Olive oil. A little bit of Galena Street. Followed up with salt, coarse pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of paprika. I'm going to make sure that I get it well coated. A little bit in here. Okay. So now I'm going to stuff the cavity with onions that I've roughly chopped. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm using a combination of rosemary, fresh thyme, and sage, which I'm going to stick in there too, to the best of my ability. And some garlic that I just smashed. That in there. All that. It's a lot. It's going to be fabulous. So, okay, on top of that goodness, what I did was I infused some unsalted butter with my fresh herbs. So I've got a combination of sage, thyme, and rosemary, which I'm just going to pour in the cavity. That kind of rub. I don't want to rub away my seasoning. I'm just going to kind of drizzle it. Gonna be delicious. Well, like I said, this is the first time I've done a whole chicken on the pit. I usually spatchcock it, so you are going to witness the cook and how well it comes out or not. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip it back over, and I'm going to try and put the skin back on the legs because I pulled it away so we could season underneath the skin. And there you go. We are ready to put it on the pit barrel. So I'll meet you at the grill. All right, we are ready to put this beautiful 5-pound chicken on the pit barrel. As you can see, it is snowing like crazy. I'm like the mailman though. No amount of rain, sleet, hail, or snow will keep me from my grill. Okay, so the cold though does challenge the fire a little bit. So we're gonna keep an extra eye on it. And I'm just gonna hang it upside down. I'm going to look for a temperature of 165 internal. We'll probably take it off about 157. Thank you. And wish me luck. 30 degrees and snowing, okay? We'll see how this comes out. This should cook about 2.5 to 3 hours. The pit barrel doesn't really get over 300 degrees. I'm not putting a probe in it right now. We're going to test it in about 90 minutes. We're going to look at it and see how it comes out. So, see you back in 3 hours. Okay, after 3 hours, the chicken is off, and I'm starting to cut around the breastbone. My experiment did not work where I did it backwards, which means I put the hooks through the back of the chicken, through the cavity, and hung it upside down, which is breast side down, legs up, instead of doing what Pit Barrel recommends, and that's putting it through the cavity, through the wings, hooking it under the wings and hanging it that way. But I didn't want to do it that way because I had stuffed it with all this beautiful, you know, herbs and onion and garlic and all this stuff, and I didn't want it falling out. Well, here's what happened. After an hour and a half to 2 hours of cooking, it came apart. It fell from the hooks into my fire and ended up, as you can see, burning the wing, okay, which we're not going to use, and burned my little leg off here, but we don't, you know, who cares, right? Because we're not going to eat that part. But what it did is I ended up pulling it, putting the grate on, finishing my cook, removing it at 157. I wrapped it in foil to rest for 30 minutes, and I am just starting to cut it apart now, and it is extremely juicy. And I just was going to remove this breast from the breastbone. And it looks like it came out perfect, even though, you know, I foobarred, you know. I didn't, you know, I just tried something and it didn't work, and it ended up falling on the fire and burning the wing and part of the leg. I'm not doing a very good job here, so we are just going to just remove this and showing you what kind of juice that is. As you can see, it's just extremely juicy. So, no harm done. Definitely going to use all this juice. We are going to take the carcass and make stock with it, and some chicken and rice soup. That is flavorful and delicious and juicy. So, regardless of whether it falls on the fire or not, It came out perfect. I'm really, really happy with it. I know what not to do next time. So, to recap, I put the hooks on the opposite side, didn't work, fell in the fire. My seasoning is perfect. We smoked it with a couple of chunks of applewood and about 40 briquettes, and it just came out really good. I'm really, really happy with this. All right, we're going to use this meat. Definitely use it. Look how amazing that is. Anyway, I'm so happy with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it and welcome you if you're new. And follow me because we're going to make some, some phenomenal recipes. Anyway, this is Sandy. I have to cut that out. This is Sandy with the girl with the grill, and have an amazing day.